But let's get onto it straight up. Tiwi Remi's video. Woo! There's something about it. No, there really is something about it. And no, hear me out, because every mom that I know or every mom that I follow that has truly inspired me, they're on something. You get to a point in life where you know that there is more. Being a mom, I can attest to that. Motherhood does something to you. It unlocks that focus to be who God has made you to be. So let's talk about that video, because I took 4 things from it, and the last one is pretty encouraging. To be honest, for me, it hits the nail on the head. If this is your first time here, my name is Jasmine Housenwright Akuma, and over here on this side of the internet, all I want to do is to inspire you to walk in God's purpose for your life by being the best version of yourself that He has ordained you to be. Here we are not perfect. I'm not perfect, but we're walking with God daily because He's perfect and He can bring us into His perfect will and His perfection. So if this sounds like a family of purpose that you would like to join, please by all means, first like this video. Don't forget to like this video. Share it with someone who you know that needs encouragement, needs to be inspired, needs this word or this reminder. And subscribe when you feel at home. Yes, please. Don't forget to like this video. But then to my jazz. Hi! How's your week? How are you doing? First of all, guys, I wore a straight wig. I don't think you've ever seen me on a straight wig in a very long time. When I say I'm serious about you guys, I mean that I am serious about you guys. Nothing makes it clearer than this. But let's get onto it straight up. Tiwi Remi's video. Woo! It was delicious. It was soft. It was delicious. It was I watched it till the very end, and I just felt like, until you hear from the horse's mouth, until you hear people, until you encounter people, keep quiet. But yeah, let me not jump. The first thing in rehashed in my life is the fact that motherhood is a very important tool to becoming. And I'm not saying go out there and get pregnant, but you know how it's easy for us to focus on the where and the how motherhood is tiring and how it can be a lot and how this and that, without realizing that a lot of women find themselves in motherhood. They find themselves because they go through the process of being a mom, and there's this thing to discover who you are, giving birth to a child, the questions that arise in your head and just trying to get clarity. I know that for my own self, that's one truth. I have had to go through seasons where I knew what I was called to do, but the clarity and the conviction to push, it didn't clock until I became a mother, until I went through the first stages of postpartum. And, I just kept feeling like there's more, what do I do next? I started asking myself questions. I started having conversations with God. And I just started understanding that it's not like I don't know. It's just that I haven't been dedicated to pushing for it. And because of those questions, because of this season of my life, I have been recording a video every other week on my YouTube channel, which was something that I would struggle with. I'd do this week, I'd do the next week, and I didn't even have a child then. I love the fact that it reminded me that there's something about a woman when she's in this season of motherhood that just births more, Let me know if it's just me, but I truly believe that. The second thing is that purposeful living is truly freeing. There's something about the era of social media that's both a blessing and a curse, because young women are beginning to have this trend or belief that until you're all flash and all of that, that's when you are something. There's this hunger to want to be seen. So if you're not seen, if you're not out there, if it doesn't look like anything is happening for you, if you are private, then something must be sad about your life. This is all because social media era wants you to believe more people can comment, follow you, all of that, then that's the beautiful reward. And that's truly feeling. But it's not, because just like TB said, she was one of those people that loved the high of being the it girl. Everyone's following, the who's and who's, or at least you are cool enough to be with the who's and who's. And she kept on like that for periods of her life, that even when she started earning well for herself, she knew that this thing is not it, because there was obviously a void it was not feeling. And she had a moment when she disconnects from social media, come back to social media. Her faith, her belief was not marrying with her hunger, with the thirst that she had for the outside perception and everything like that. And it just reminded me about my journey and how much earlier in my career path and things like that, I've always known that there was more than the social media clickbaits, the follows and all of that. But I'm an actor, I'm in the entertainment scene. And for the earlier stage of my life, I mean, the following, the shows, the being invited for this, the all of that was what's in vogue. But it never really truly satisfies. You know, you do all of that, you have all the following. In fact, in this social media age where you have all the following and Instagram can just deactivate your page, bam, and they're all gone. And then you start trying to get another page and get more people. It's like a thirst that never ends. You could tell that she was trying at different seasons of her life to just not be in that noise. And eventually she did. She could eventually say that that was a training for her to where she was coming to, the person she was going to get married to, the mother she was going to be, because she had drained herself from that thirst and that hunger for being seen, being liked, being wanted. And now she's married to fame. But the drama that it came with, that she could have had if she kept on that journey, she dodged it literally. I need you to understand that God has his will encoded in your life. And until you tap into that will, you will continue to chase and chase and chase and look for fulfillment outwardly instead of inwardly first. And it will never truly feel. In 2024, when I say daddy, I mean God, when God told me to start this YouTube channel, I was not ready for it. I don't even think I fancied it, because I felt like it was saturated. I felt like everybody was doing YouTube. I don't just want to do YouTube. I want to be sure that I want to do YouTube. I've had this page, but God made me start my YouTube channel in 2024. And I started, I obeyed. But how did I obey? It was one leg here, one leg off, like trying to understand how to show up. I'll pat myself on the shoulder, because it's not like I didn't. I always try to show up. I always try to put something out there. But it isn't until now that I am dogged about this assignment for women, for moms, because I'm now a mom, because I have value to give out there, that I'm absolutely feeling daily fulfilled. It stresses me to script, to write, to record, to edit while I have a child, and I have a week to do these things. Every other week, I have to put a full-length video. And if you know anything about full-length videos, you know that it takes a lot to edit them, especially if you're intentional. But nothing can beat the fulfillment that comes with it for me. But I'm not out there. My social media, my Instagram right now is on off. Nobody is seeing me on Instagram. The only reason why I'm on TikTok is because it gives me value and I can give it value back. If I'm not on TikTok, then I'm on YouTube. And there is no noise to be made, but things are happening. I'm moving. I'm becoming a better person. I'm loving who I am. I'm understanding my season. And I believe that I'm also blessing. And if I am, please let me know in this comment section that I really am, because God knows I'm giving the best that I can. The third thing, please judge people based on your own POV about them or what they have revealed to you about themselves, aka know people for yourself. I'm not a fan of blogs. I don't follow any blogs. I will probably know this is trending, this is happening, because you cannot miss a blog post. But gossip and all of that is not my forte. I don't like it. I don't do it. I probably hear it and be like, but that's not me. Because there's always an agenda. And in this day and age, that's what sells. Everybody wants to hear the negative about people. Everybody wants to hear that, oh, you're not doing that great. Your marriage is not doing that great. Oh, it wasn't that good after all. And because of that, in terms of Tiwi and Remi, I mean, Remi is an actor, a Nigerian actor that is properly known. He's absolutely amazing. He has a larger than life personality. I personally even love his videos. I would laugh my head off just going through his feed and I mean, where he shares. But you don't really know anything about Tiwi. However, when they were getting married, it was just this yapping and chatting about who she could be. Maybe it's because of influence he married her. People trying to poke nose, people trying to know, does he really love her? This playboy guy, did he really get somebody to settle with? Is this it? You know, all those kind of conversations. And I love this particular episode because you could tell that you don't have to know what's going on in their business, but you can know that this woman is far from everything that is the hype or a celebrity relationship. She's not loud. She's not about the see me, see me. She doesn't even have a social media page. She's been questioning her life. She's been chasing her faith. She's been very ordinary in the sense of not that she's an ordinary person, but she has tried to live a simple life. And I love that this is the impression that I'm receiving from her own podcast. And it reminded me that you don't see until somebody tells you who they are or you get to experience them, then you have no business judging them because somebody says something. Because somebody told you, oh yeah, I know that person. Know that person for yourself. Know that person for yourself because everybody has interactions with other people. And based on who they are, they will probably get something different from what you might get. Someone like me can see someone who is minding her business, loves her family time, loves God, and I will appreciate it. You might see somebody who is snotty. I mean, what does she feel like? She doesn't even want to hang out. I love that she was witty. I could already marry their personalities together and see why, that could even work because he's a funny guy. She's witty. You know, her sense of humor is not extreme, but it's there. I also love that there's no commanding tone there. Yes, she's important for her own caliber of person and just also being married to Kunle. But she's not on this podcast trying to be, let me tell you something. No, she's raw. She's human. And I absolutely love that. There is no commanding tone. There is an embrace rather. It's like, let me gist you how imperfect I could be, but how I'm trying. That's what the world needs. And if you didn't hear that from her, or if you don't know her personally, you probably just think she's another. Judging people we've never walked a mile in their shoes is just the craziest thing ever. Why? If they gave you their own dealings, could you handle it? I've received something like that in my own life. People just assuming based on. And it really shot me into my own shell because I don't even have energy for that. My own is God. Like I've said before, it can seem like it's too much. But I like it because anybody that thinks that there's a way I handle my life can be going. Those who resonate or are willing to accept, no problem. You can stay here. The fourth thing, and like I said, it's the one that it just sits well with me. All those questions of does he love her, all of that, or the wondering, could this woman really be the one he loves, or would he be flirting with somebody else out there? All of that, yada, 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 yada. I don't know their personal life, like I said, but evidence day, he choke. A woman that is loved by a man, you will know. She blooms. He helps her to become. Check the credits. It's his production. She speaks about her husband like somebody who is really truly in love with her husband. And that is a woman who was earning 6 figures, who was the it girl in her season, was trying to pull out from all that noise. She's not a wannabe. She gets sense. She's beautiful. Listen, if a man loves his wife, you will know. It's in the blueprint. He helps her to become. He helps her to release herself. And I really love that about this podcast. Everything is giving. My partner is a support. I have a great partner. And for me, it speaks absolutely beautiful about Kunle. I don't know him in person, even though we're in the same industry. I've not had to do any films with him. Maybe one day I will. But I now know that this is a man that actually cares about the woman he loves and his home. Because it's evident. And also because you can hear it in her voice. She even says it without saying it. I can tell you that when a woman is not forcing to prove anything about her life, especially when she's married, she's clearly loved at home. Because what's the force? Why do I need to prove to you? I'm good. I go back to my house and I have peace. I'm loved at home. My husband loves me. My husband takes care of me. My husband is my partner. My husband is my friend. I have a great family. He's oozing all of those things. And it made me appreciate my own home as well because, if anything, my husband is the most beautiful man. Because since I met him till now, 4 years married, look at me pushing for better. Look at who told me that I was going to start a YouTube channel first? He. And I'm like, yeah. So it's not as if I don't believe in myself, but I wasn't really about that. But he said it first. He believes in me. He believes in what I have. He believes that there is value in. He will be out there on every comment that he can be cheering me up. I'm loved at home. And I pray that you are loved at home. But even if you're not loved at home, mama, see, chase your calling. Because there is love even in that assignment, even in embracing yourself. There is love you're going to find. There are people that would love you so dearly. They would embrace you with God's love because you are all that they needed and more. Let me just put that there. So in conclusion, Are You Really Not on Any Social by Tiwi Remi was such a beautiful video to watch. It was an encouragement in this time. This video and other videos that I have been watching of late has been an encouragement on my own journey to becoming. So I would say thank you, Tiwi Remi. I wish you all the best with Bear and all of that good stuff if she gets to see this video. But for everyone who clicks on this video, those who are already following, those who probably follow, please do follow, subscribe. I'm encouraged to keep going and I will keep going. There's even a heavier reminder for me, and it's the one of the power that mothers have. You tap into all that God wants you to become as a woman, maybe not just a mother, but as a woman, because you are a nurturer, because you're the one that's going to bring life, children into this world. When you can tap into God's purpose for your life, it's going to be good because everything that He does is good. He's a good God. So if He has put something in your life supposed to come out to the world, it will be good. So if we can tap into the innate personalities, industries, speakers, the actors, the whatever it is that God has called us to be, as He has called us to be those people, the land will be healed. Nations will be healed because there's so much porosity. There's so much darkness. There's so much chaff. There's no weight. Everything is fluff. The family system needs to be anchored again. And I personally believe that a woman who taps into her Proverbs 31, she builds the home. We will in turn build nations. So please, if you're watching this, and you have been feeling the pressing in your spirit that there is something more, there is something more, my darling girl, there is. I promise you there is. And don't sleep on it again tonight. If it takes you recording this night, please record. You don't have to post it, but kick that thing up. And do it with softness. If you need to sit in with God a little longer, please sit in with Him. But there is more to you. There's so much we have. The world needs us. Yeah, absolutely. The world needs us. I'll see you next week. I love you. Mwah. Please, if you need more inspiration, there's a ton in here. Just have a good time watching. All right? Toodles. And eventually she did. But the drama that it came with, if she had kept on that journey, but the drama that she kept, God have mercy. I absolutely hate this.